Meaning. What is meaning? Does anything even have meaning? Or is meaning a mechanism manifested inside the human mind to cope with the reality of human existence? I mean, if you're able to divest yourself from this reality long enough to see the much broader, much more long-term picture, none of what is going on right now matters. It has been here before, it will be swept away again, and the cycles will continue ad infinitum, whether we are here to experience them or not. And you see, consider that. You have no conception of the cycles beyond right now or prior to you being here. Just in our short existence, how many people have toiled their whole lives to find meaning, and within 2 generations are completely forgotten? Even some of the greatest men of history that did some of the most amazing shit, 99% of the global population has no idea who they are now. They may as well have not existed. Meaning is like time. It is a construct created by man. Time is created to manifest structure where there is none. Meaning is constructed to give us a reason. A reason to be, a reason to do, a reason to keep putting up with the hellscape that is human existence. You see, at the end of it all, we tell ourselves things matter to make it worth our while to be better. It's to motivate us to not be indulgent, carnal, destructive beasts. But at the end of the day, this reality is a game. These bodies are avatars. And I play this game the way I play my Simon's Quest ROM. At least now. Many, many years ago in my childhood, life was new and needed to be explored, and I was ready to explore it. Many years ago in my childhood, when I first played Simon's Quest, it was a new adventure. I hadn't played the whole game through. I didn't know how it worked. I needed to find out. But now that I feel I have a much more nuanced grasp on this reality, I play it the way I play my Simon's Quest ROM. I turn that ROM on and play it through because it's not new. Because I have it memorized. Because I'm killing time. Waiting for whatever to happen next, you know. Oh, I've got an hour to kill. I'll turn on the ROM and beat the game, you know. And so that's where I am in this life. I cannot say I have figured it all out, but I have been afforded certain wisdoms and knowledge to the point that I'm just killing time waiting to dispense with this avatar. You see, some time ago it became incredibly difficult, if not wholly impossible, for me to emotionally connect with other people. The intermittent moments in my life where I was able to connect on that level with others made life absolutely worth living. It made it worth being here. It made me agree to go out into the world and fight for all the menial shit that's here. You see, at the end of the day, everything we fight for in this life is to protect our corporeal wellness. You go out there and you compete for what? Money. Why? Because money facilitates food and shelter. which are important to your body. And I'm not going to go into the gory details of what food and shelter entail, okay? We'll be here forever. You also go out into the world and you fight for people's respect. In one way or another, we all do it. Why? Because if people don't respect us, they take advantage of us. They fuck with us. They fuck with our lives. They put us at a different kind of alert. And so everything we do in this life is to protect this body. Because you see, the most healthy human body facilitates the most potent soul experience. So what happens when the body is fried? What does that do to the spiritual experience? What does that do to the willingness to fight? The willingness to thrive? But so, if we're here for our own personal soul experience, it's unnatural to be moral and decent to each other. Those are just basically things we tell ourselves to do because we conceive that, hey, if I want to have a good time, I shouldn't be the jerk that gives everyone else a hard time. But at the same time, there are countless more people getting away with destructive behavior in this life than there are with people getting away with positive behavior. Because, see, in the human brain, there should be balance. And sometimes in nature, you can see that there is balance. But see, the moral balance we seek is you reap what you sow. So if you do something bad, you should get something bad in return. If you do something good, you should get something good in return. Okay? But consider the differential in this mentality. The person who works hard creating a life for themselves, they've worked hard for what they've got, and they want to protect it. They want to keep it that way. They don't want to lose it. So they go out of their way not to incite people to do that to them. On the other hand, you have rabid, self-indulgent, destructive people that just take what they want, do what they want, without a second thought, and then they dare you to come at them. So the person who's a monster should be punished. The person who's kept their nose to the grindstone and done good should be left alone. But you see, in that example I gave you, the good person gets fucked with more and more and more because they've shown that they just shut up and do what they're told. They don't cause a scene. So the predators, the other person, see that as easy pickings. On the other hand, the predator never gets punished because the good person, remember, just wants to be left alone and have peace. And they know if they go out of their way to hold the bad person to account, the bad person's just going to spend a whole lot of time and energy screwing that person's life up just because they can. And so it's completely defeated the idea of morality and decency in this human form. Because you see, before we ever developed any kind of morality or decency or outward comprehension, we were animals for, pick your number, hundreds, thousands, maybe millions of years. where it was kill or be killed, eat or be eaten. There's no morality. You just take what you can and kill anyone who tries to take it from you. So how do you overcome millions of years of stagnating in that mindset? And that's kind of the dirty trick, is that we are allowed. There is a mechanism in the human form that allows the soul to express itself and rise above the animal nature of the mammalian form that we use as an avatar. But the dirty trick is that the avatar we're in is still just an animal with animal instincts and urges and inclinations. You see, in a way, that deviation in the human physiology that allows the soul to not be completely enslaved by the animal suit, it is much akin to that space in the algorithm of all reality that's left blank for the expression of free will.